the most popular magazines in the country, and today, one of the most popular TV series is gracing its cover, The Chosen. Starring Catholic actor Jonathan Roumie as Jesus landed the latest cover of TV Guide magazine for its July 24th through August 13th edition, out today. A caption on the cover reads, "How an epic series about Jesus Christ became a surprising success." And joining us now to talk more about this and more is Mary Margaret Olohan, senior writer with the Daily Signal. Mary Margaret, great to see you again. I want to talk about the TV Guide and The Chosen, but first, I want to get your thoughts on our previous guest, Prisha Mosley, and her lawsuit. I know it's a story that you've been following. It's so tragic. Do you think we'll see more of these cases?
Oh, absolutely, Tracy. We have seen a number of these cases coming up in recent weeks. Campbell Miller Payne, I believe Josh was on the last segment. That law firm is representing not only Prisha, but also another girl who filed last week, Soren, another young woman that underwent a gender transition or an attempted gender transition when she was only 17 years old and is now suing her doctors and therapists that facilitated this gender transition, affirmed every move she made, put her into testosterone, where she began injecting herself, a biological female, with these very harmful substances to try and become a man. Obviously, that doesn't work because that's not possible. And then when she found that she wasn't feeling better, she wasn't feeling more comfortable in her body, she underwent a double mastectomy, just like Prisha did. And both of these girls and several others that we know of now deeply regret these procedures that they underwent, and we know them as detransitioners. And that's a word that we're going to be hearing more and more about, because for a while, a lot of this was just going under the radar. You know, these people weren't coming back to their doctors and saying, "I regret this," because that's widely held to be, you know, the medical professionals hear that and they think that was a failure, and they don't want you to know about that. They just want you to think that these are successes. We talk about gender affirming care. That's the fake euphemism for what these procedures are, these irreversible surgeries. The doctors that are performing these, they want you to think that there's a success rate with all of them. They want you to believe that everyone likes it, everyone is affirmed, and they go off on their merry way as another gender. That's not true, and that's what these lawsuits are proving, and we are definitely going to see more.
Yeah, meantime, out in California, Governor Gavin Newsom fined a school district $1.5 million because its board members voted to reject a state-endorsed curriculum that mentions a gay rights advocate by the name of Harvey Milk, who apparently had a so-called relationship with a 16-year-old boy when he was in his 30s. Mary Margaret, what more do we know about this? And shouldn't the parents and the school district, shouldn't they have a say-so in what their children are learning?
Parents absolutely should have a say in what their children are learning. And California is a good example to the rest of the country of how far these things can go. You know, maybe 10 years ago, this was kind of the thing that you only heard from parents that were super keyed in with their kids' education, parents who maybe they homeschooled because they were worried about things like this. And now, all over the country, you see examples of how teachers and woke curriculums and woke school districts are working little things in order to teach your children things that maybe you would never even bring up if it was up to you. And obviously, parents are the ones who get to decide what their children should learn. Parents are the ones who have the final say in what their children get to learn. And I think this might empower more and more parents to say, actually, no, I'm in charge. I decide what my kids learn. And no governor or teacher or woke school district gets to have a say in that.
Yeah, I want to circle back now to The Chosen and TV Guide. I want to get your thoughts on that. I mean, pretty significant to have it right there front and center on the cover of TV Guide. What do you make of that? And also, what do you think that signals and says about the hunger for faith-based programming?
Well, I think it says a lot, Tracy. I think more people out there are responding to this message. They're responding to the message of The Chosen. We've heard from so many people that this is well-made television. It's pleasant to watch, but also the message is resonating with a lot of people. We're hungry for the truth. We're hungry for, you know, the actuality of what is going on in our world. And I think in so many places, you can't find that. You can't find the actual truth, which as Catholics, we believe is God. And you'll find happiness and much more peace in understanding our world from the proper oriented lens. And so I think that's part of the reason that The Chosen is doing so well. And I hope to see more faith-based movies like that doing like it. You know, we've seen that Sound of Freedom has been doing very well. That's also put on by Angel Studios, and it's not necessarily a faith-based film, but it is absolutely blowing out of the water in terms of numbers, in terms of people going to see it, people buying tickets to help other people see it. and push this message that we need to pay attention to child sex trafficking.
Yeah, absolutely we do. Mary Margaret, so much we can talk about. Unfortunately, we're out of time. Always great to be with you. Thanks for weighing in.
Thank you.